All right, number 4 says Buck hopes to earn 700 in interest in 1.8 years from now, from 70,000 he has available to invest. To decide if it's feasible to do this by investing in an account that compounds daily, he needs to determine the annual interest rate such an account would have to offer him to be. So what would the annual interest rate have to be rounded to decimal places? So this is compound interest. Okay, you will know that especially when you see this word compound, and then after that it tells you how often. So this is going to refer to the formula in the table that we saw in the notes. So this is the formula. You need to get, I would say memorize this. A equals, and they did an A of TMSU and A. A equals P parentheses 1 plus R divided by N. Close parentheses raised to the N T power. And then since it said daily, that means N equals 365. Now, the amount that he has to invest, that is your P. So P is equal to 70,000. T, time in years, they gave us that, which is 1.8. Now, usually they give you R, okay, which they didn't this time. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for R. And then we're told that he wants to earn 700. So don't put that 700 here. This is the final amount. This is what you end up with. Abbreviate final amount, or the total, if you will. So that is going to always be equal to whatever your initial amount is plus interest. So that's going to be A equals the 70,000 plus the interest you earn, which he wants to earn 700. So this A is going to be equal to 70,700. So now that I have all my pieces, I'm going to plug all of this into this formula. So I'm going to write 70,700 equals 70,000. And then 1 plus R divided by N, which is 365. And then it's going to be raised to the power, which I'm running out of room over here, raised to the power of NT. N was 365, T is 1.8. So I'm going to be multiplying up here 365 times 1.8. And I can't really squeeze all that in, but that's what that says, 365 times 1.8. And then we're going to start solving. So to solve this, to get R by itself, I'm going to divide by 70,000 first to get that away. And I'm not going to do any of the math until the end. So that goes away, and I'm left with 70,700 divided by 70,000. So this is probably one of the most challenging problems you'll see. Normally you just work it straight forward, but this one is one you to work backwards, so just bear with us. 1 plus R divided by 365, and then that's raised to the 365 times 1.8 power. And then the next thing that we can do, following order of operations, we have to do, going backwards, we got to get rid of this root first. So To get rid of a power, you have to do the root. So I'm going to have to do whatever this 365 times 1.8 is. Let me see if that's a nice number that I can write down. 365 times 1.8. Second quick. 365 1.8. Alright, so that's 657. So that's going to be nice to write down. So this is equal to 657. So we got to do the root of that to get rid of this power. So I'm going to do 657 as root. I'm going to do that over this part. Doing it to both sides. 70,700 over 700. 7,000. 70,000, that is. That's going to equal to 657 root of all of this. 1 plus r over 365, and that is raised to the root of 657. So 657 power and root cancel out. It just came from the 365 times 1.8. And then over here, I don't know what that's equal. I'm going to continue to leave it like that. 657 root of 70,700 over 70,000. This is going to be equal to just, and I don't really need the parentheses anymore, 1 plus r divided by 365. Alright, now we got to subtract 1, so that's going to give me 657 root of 70,700 over 70,000. And then minus 1, so we're going to subtract 1 from both sides. It's going to be minus 1 over here, and that's going to leave us with r divided by 365. And then the last thing, we're going to multiply the 365 to get rid of division. So if we multiply by 365, let's do it on this side. This is going to be the final thing that I'm going to plug in to figure out r. So 365, parentheses, 657 root, 70,700, 70,000 minus 1 equals r. So you're going to do all of that work to find r, and now we're going to plug that into the calculator. So I'm going to do 365 parentheses. I'm going to do 657 math, and then option number 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and make that into a fraction. So I'm going to do alpha y equals into, and I'm going to do 70,700 over 70,000. Let's get arrow over. You're still under the root. Arrow over again, so you're out, and then minus 1, and then close parentheses. So double check that you entered everything right. Once you're satisfied, submit, and it looks like when you round the 2 decimal places, that means we're going to move it over twice. We're going to have 0.55%, and that 2 will not round up. So this looks like 0.55%.